Well, hello everybody, this is Dave and welcome back today to the FM Scout YouTube channel. And today we are bringing back the challenge series where I, pick a number of challenges, explain them to you, just to give you guys an insight on different challenges that you can do with Football Manager 2017. And if you're kind of bored or getting a bit tired of your current Football Manager save, this may be the right sort of series to watch to give you some ideas of little different challenges that can make the game a little bit more interesting for you. So in the first edition of this series, we did the well-known and the very tough Pentagon Challenge. Today, we are going to be looking at a challenge called the Director's Challenge. So, some of you may have heard of it. It's not the most well-known challenge, and people may or may not know that there's different staff responsibilities in the game. I'm sure you would have seen them. So, we'll start off with the rules. Pretty simple to go through. We'll do a screenshot as well, just so you guys can sort of get the idea of it as well. So, the rules are to let your chairman or director of football make all the important decisions for you. So, I'll put chairman/director of football because we kind of need a bit of both for them. Say, for example, if you're a club with a president rather than a chairman, like I'll show you in the screenshot shortly, you'll use your president rather than the chairman. So your director of football, your DOF, will control all transfers for both first team players and your youth players. So you will not be able to buy, personally, any players for your team or your youth team. Your director of football will have to do it all. Your chairman will be the man in charge, or president, of course. They will be the man in charge of hiring or firing the director of football, which again, I'll show you in the screenshot shortly. So you cannot pick the director of football. Your chairman has to be the man that chooses who is going to be the man that makes all the big calls at your club. So, second lot of rules. You can go with any team that suits you at any level, so there's no real restriction on teams. Obviously, it'll probably be made a little bit easier with the strongest team you can, or, you can make it a real challenge for you. Start off in the conference and so on of England and try and work your way up, and obviously the end goal. There's no real, achievement to say, completed the Director's Challenge. Really, the end goal is to just try and win the Champions League, or whatever you want it to be, really. If there's no director of football at the club, obviously delegate all the duties to the chairman until he decides, if he wants to hire a director of football at the club. The director of football must also be the one who sorts sales of players who are put on the transfer list or loan list by yourself, which again we'll look at now. So the screenshot here probably explains it the most. I'm currently managing 1860 Munich over in the Zweite Bundesliga, which is my YouTube series, which I'll talk about later on. But this is the screenshot. I've kind of sorted it out. So, one by one, we'll go through the things. Hire/fire director of football. Obviously, the director of football can't do that. So, you need either one of your directors or your chairman/president to do that. So, I've selected Peter Casaletti, who is my current president at the club. So, if you've got a director of football, and if not, you'll pick your chairman or president, as I've already said. So, to hire or fire your head of youth development, director of football, again, the same with the chief scout, the assistant manager, all the coaching staff, it's going to be your director of football. So, it's not completely strict on the staff front, because I can understand if you want to make it a tiny bit easier for yourself, you can pick the staff. But the whole point of this director's challenge is to kind of, just for you to deal with what you've got, and you just manage the team. You just pick the tactics and run with that. And that's why we put director of football in charge of all of those. So transfer incoming, of course, you need the director of football for all of this. So he will find and make offers for all your players for the first team and the youth team, or young players for the future. He will decide who stays at the club by signing the new contract negotiations. Again, for the first team and the youth team, he will be the one that finalises the first team signing, so he can cancel them if he wants. You get no say on that. And he will finalise, obviously, the signings for the young players as well. Now, he'll also do with the outgoings. He will handle and finalise incoming offers for your players in your first team. So if there are any offers that come in, he will handle and finalise them. Same with those for the youth team as well. If you put any players on the transfer list, which he can do, he will try his best to offer those out. Again, same with the youth team if you put them on the transfer or loan list. Director of football as well will also decide which first team players contracts, youth team contracts, if obviously the director of football contract you leave to your president again, and decides which staff will need new contracts and negotiations as well. So you can kind of get the idea of what it is. You get very, very little control, but that's what makes it all fun and very interesting indeed. So me personally, on this year's game, I haven't been great with transfers, and a lot of the transfers I've brought in just haven't worked or haven't been ideal. So for sure, then this save could probably be decent for me. So very, very interesting indeed. So if you guys have got any other issues with this or anything you need to know about the save, I think I've covered everything almost. I probably have forgotten something, but if not, do let me know in the comment section down below. Let us know if you've already tried this challenge out, or let us know if you are going to be doing this challenge. Let us know which team you're going to go with as well. And also in the comment section down below, if you've got another challenge that you want us to cover, then let us know in the comment section down below. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're fancying to have a look at another Football Manager 2017 series, as I mentioned earlier, I'm currently doing an 1860 Munich save over on my YouTube channel. A link to that is in the description down below. But hopefully you guys will enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all soon.